Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's me from Korea. I'm so excited to share this new recipe with you today. Today we're going to make alsa and ana hai babis. These are savory Korean pancakes made with cabbage leaves, kimchi, jalapeno peppers, and green onion. They're perfect for any meal of the day and can be served hot or cold. And unlike other Korean pancakes, they don't require a special non-stick pan to cook them. Just a regular old frying pan will do. This is such a comforting food to me. Whenever I see someone eating it, I feel like I want to eat one too. So I hope you guys enjoy this recipe as much as I do. Let's get started. All right, first things first, let's talk about our main ingredient, the cabbage leaves. You'll need 2 large, healthy-looking leaves like this. If you're not sure how to choose a good cabbage, I have a whole video on that linked here. We're going to use the whole leaf, so just wash it well. Now we're going to cut the thick center part of the leaf into thin strips. The easiest way to do this is to cut it lengthwise almost all the way through, but not quite. Then start cutting across the width of the leaf, making sure not to cut all the way through so you'll have these long strips. It should look something like this. Once you've cut both leaves, set them aside for now. Next, let's prepare our kimchi. We'll need ½ cup of Korean chili powder and a tablespoon of salt. Accurate measurement is important here, so please use a kitchen scale if you can. Add them to your mixing bowl, then add in 3 tablespoons of sugar. Now we're going to mix everything together until the sugar is fully dissolved. This is what we call ganjang in Korean, which is a staple ingredient in Korean cuisine. You can use this for marinating meat or as a dipping sauce for the pancake. And lastly, we're going to pour in 2 tablespoons of garlic extract. Garlic extract is optional, so feel free to add more or less, depending on your preference. Mix everything again until well combined. Next, let's move on to our protein. We'll need 1 pound of pork belly, thinly sliced. Make sure to remove any large pieces of fat and cut them into smaller bits so they cook evenly. Once you're done, add the sliced pork belly into the mixing bowl. Next, add in the green onion, jalapeno, and cabbage strips. Gently toss everything until the pork belly is coated with the ganjang. To coat means to cover the surface of the meat with the sauce evenly. Now cover the bowl with plastic wrap and let it marinate for at least 30 minutes. I usually leave it for an hour or overnight if I have time. Marinating is important because it allows the flavors to blend together and penetrate the meat. While it marinates, let's make the batter. In another mixing bowl, whisk together 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of Korean chili powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Slowly add in 1 1/4 cups of water while whisking constantly so there's no lumps. The consistency of the batter should be a little thicker than what you would use for a regular pancake. Pour the batter into a measuring cup for easy pouring later. Once the meat has marinated, heat up a generous amount of oil in a frying pan over medium-high heat. Once the oil is hot, add a ladle of the batter and swirl it around to form an even layer. You should have something that looks like this. Now add the marinated meat on top. To make sure the meat cooks evenly, break up any large pieces and spread it out. Cook for about 3 to 4 minutes until the bottom side is nicely browned. Now flip it over and cook the other side. Since the meat is already cooked, we just want to heat it through. Once both sides are heated through, transfer it onto a plate and keep it warm. Repeat the process with the remaining batter and meat. Now let's move on to the kimchi. Heat up some oil in another frying pan over medium-high heat. Add half of the kimchi and cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes until it releases its juices and starts to soften. Now turn down the heat to medium and continue cooking until the water evaporates and the kimchi is nice and crispy. Once it's done, transfer the crispy kimchi onto the pancake and add the remaining kimchi. Repeat the process. Cook the second batch of kimchi until it's nice and crispy. Transfer the crispy kimchi onto the pancake and your alsa babi is ready. To serve, you can either cut it into wedges or bite-sized pieces or leave it as is. For extra points, try saying alsa babi. Cut kimchi jeon or alsababi with kimchi are popular street foods in Korea. When you're walking around, you'll often hear vendors calling out to people on the street, "Kimchi jeon, kimchi jeon." Whenever I hear this, my mouth starts watering immediately. There's just something about the savory, garlicky flavor of the pancake, combined with the sourness of the kimchi, that I just can't resist. It's the perfect combination of flavors and textures. The crispy and juicy kimchi, mixed with the savory and tender pork belly, it's a party in your mouth. This dish is really easy to make. Even if you're not an experienced cook, you'll be able to whip up a batch of Elsa and a he baby in no time. All you need is a little bit of practice. The best part about this recipe is that it's super versatile. If you don't have cabbage leaves, you can use potato starch or green onion. Pancakes are also a great way to use up leftover ingredients. And if you're vegetarian, you can easily make a vegetarian version of this dish by using tofu instead of pork belly. Well, that's it for today's recipe. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And if you're interested in more Korean recipes, be sure to check out my other videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.